Alright, so now we're going to be doing a hands-on activity. So we are going to be building a product MVP. So during this time, you should be able to use whatever you have learned and see how you can actually deliver an MVP out to the consumer and basically what is the process. This is just an example. Feel free to pick any topic and do it on your own as well. So before we move on, when we think about the MVP stands for minimum viable product. So let's imagine you're a product manager for a teaching startup. So your goal is to build something that helps college students. Right now, the startup is starting and you're still trying to figure out what exactly products are going to be built to help the consumer. So in this scenario, you as a product manager needs to do something really important, which is understand what you're building, why you're building, and for whom. So first, create your unique selling proposition. Based on the research that you will do with your other team members, you realize that, okay, you want to build a startup that helps new college grads struggling to find specific technical skills in North America despite having basic required education, skills, and experience. So what you're doing is you're helping them go from confused on what knowledge they need, from feeling depressed because they don't have a job right now, from low self-esteem, to essentially helping them land a job with confidence. And the way you can do that is by helping train them better. And in order for you to help them train, you're thinking maybe we should build a course for them. But before that, who's your customer? Who is that person that you're building this for? Your customers are actually college students who have graduated from college. Well, now they're actually new grads who have graduated and they're looking to get employment. However, what they're lacking is skills, confidence, experience, all that stuff. So how can you actually help them? One of the key things about your customer is who is it and where you can find them. Because where you can find them is essentially where you will go to interview them and get more clarification on what you're looking for. For example, as we're looking for college students, where will they be? So these college students have graduated now, so they are actually graduates. So they will be found at career fairs, college campuses, networking events. Furthermore, they are also on social media. It could be LinkedIn, it could be Facebook, Instagram. So now what we're going to do is we are going to have a scenario in mind. Let's say you conducted 100 interviews with graduates. So these are interviews that you could have had one-on-one where you ask them the question or you give them a survey or a mix of both. Either is fine because what you're trying to do is you're trying to see, one, if there's a customer base for it. Number two, if there's a need for it in the market. Number three, are people actually having problems related to this? Because what you're trying to see is what product that you will build, will it serve the people you want it to serve? Essentially, will it bring the dollar value from the people by having them buy this because they need this? So out of the 100 interviews, only 70 were target audience of the computer science major graduate with basic skills and experience looking for a job in tech. Now, not everyone you interview is going to become your customer. Not everyone you interview is going to be the right fit for the product you're building. Let's say out of those 130 were not the right fit because they were pre-med students, or they wanted to go into medical or some other industry. Whatever scenario it is, the focus is the fact that whenever you're building a product and you're interviewing people, they will not always be the correct people, which is fine because it's just part of the process. But focus on the people that are part of your target audience base. So based on those interviews, what we found out was that graduates mentioned that they want a course which will help them build resume, help them with gain skills in data science, help them with interview prep and learn, and help them how to network to land a job. So with these 4 categories, what did we conclude? Well, we concluded the fact that if we were to build a course in data science that helped people learn and enhance their data science skill sets, then help them with their resume, interview prep, and networking, Chances are that that's what our consumer base is looking for, and that is what they will buy. Now, pricing is also a key point here, but right now our focus is just building an MVP out to test out the idea, because sometimes people say, okay, this is what we need, and they end up buying it, but sometimes you build something and they're like, no, this is not exactly what we're looking for. But now let's get to the next phase. The next phase is actually building out the MVP. Before you actually go and put so much time, money, energy, efforts into building the final product, you need to test everything through the MVP, because the MVP basically is giving you the minimum feature set that your actual product will have. The good thing about this MVP is that it will take less time, less effort, and less energy, and a great way for you to show your consumer what exactly you have built. Now, the goal is for them to give you feedback. If they come back saying that, wow, this is great, this is what exactly we needed, you are in a very good position. But if they come back saying, nah, this is not what we needed, or they come up with additional feedback, then you might have to pivot. Pivoting is also part of product building, because at the end of the day, you want to build something that your consumer needs. If you build out something that your consumer doesn't need, chances are that no one is going to buy it. So with that, let's go over the MVP building process. So here's where I want to focus on Agile. Now, obviously, you're building an MVP out, you don't have a team, but if you were an actual MPM, you will have a team of developers, testers ready for you. So in an Agile world, what you're going to do is you're going to build an MVP within 1 month, which means 2 iterations. 2 iterations are 4 weeks. 1 iteration is worth 2 weeks. You're going to be building this product out, and as you a user, as a product manager, you're going to be building something called a product requirements document. Essentially, all the interview questions that have given you data insights, you need to put them into translatable English language. Basically, what you need as a product manager. What does the product require? So you will go over this and put this in. Now, I want to share with you a site which will help you get multiple product templates. Of course, you have to sign up for it, but one of them, it is product requirements document. That document essentially has multiple layers, but it is nothing more than telling what are you building, why are you building it, what you need it. So let's say, before we get into that, let's say you are building a cake. So you're building a cake for a friend of yours. In order for you to build the right cake, your friend must give you the right steps. They must tell you, okay, I need XYZ. These are the features I need my cake to have. Let's say they want you to build a Halloween cake. A Halloween cake is different from a Christmas cake. With Halloween cake, they can mention, I want a lot of orange, I want a lot of black, I want skeletons on it. So help you understand, okay, this is how it is. So from this scenario, what you realize is anyone can build a cake, but it has to be specific. Because let's say you were building a cake for your friend and you ended up building an Easter cake, when in reality they wanted a Halloween cake. You wouldn't know that unless they gave you the right specs. Therefore, your developers are clueless. They know how to build. They know technology, but they don't know exactly what is needed. But you as a consumer need to tell them what is needed, and then they will succeed. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the Confluence side. There are multiple product templates that you can use depending on what you need. So the good thing about it is, as a product manager, you need to have a variety of tools available for you. And that is something Confluence is providing, but you can build your own product as well. Basically your own templates, or you can use from whatever your company is providing. Also, this product requirements template is very specific. This one tells you essentially what is needed for you to build that product out. I have provided the link in the description, which could be helpful for you on your journey. Your product's requirements document to your developers. In an agile setting, the product is built out. Now, as you a product manager who has given the requirements, it's your responsibility to vet out what was built. Is it right or wrong? In this scenario, we are going to imagine that the product is a website that has a course, and that course has a full-fledged curriculum that has data science teaching, resume, interview, networking. Again, all of these things are the concepts. Based on the product, it all can change. It's not what you're building. We want you to understand how you're building it, because you are going to be changing what all the time, but not the how. So now that you as a product manager has given the requirements, the developers have built it, you have seen it, everything looks good. Of course, you have given some feedback here and there, which have been incorporated. Let's get into the next step. The next step is the MVP launch. So you have gone and you have built this course for a recent graduate. Now, what is your goal behind it? You want to test it out. You want to see if what you have built is what your consumer needs. Then you want to see how they react to it. Their reaction is gold, because that will tell you if you are to go add more features to this course, add more features to this site, will it be profitable? Will people be willing to buy it? So the next steps is for you to go back to those 70 graduates that you interviewed and get feedback from them. Have them utilize this course and see if it was useful or not. Have them test it out and see if that is something they want, because their feedback essentially ends this MVP that we have built. Their feedback can be taken through interviews, opinions, survey, one-on-one interaction, the comments, or rating, but essentially it should tell you how it is doing in the market. Okay, so to summarize, what we have done so far is we have built a hands-on project. Of course, in real-life scenario with different people, things will change. However, the core principles will remain the same. So what you see on the screen right now is basically a one-pager. In real life, you are going to be doing these one-pagers to kind of showcase the product, to different stakeholders, sometimes even the users, etc. But essentially a one-pager summarizes everything. It summarizes what you are building, why, and many other things that you can add. For the sake of this, as you can see on the screen, the first section focuses on the course, the data science course, and what is the tagline, get your dream job. After that comes what does the course include, which is various items including the curriculum, the resume, the interview prep, network, and job readiness, projects building. What did the MVP had was how much did it cost? It was free. What was the outcome? College graduates would be more prepared to land jobs in data science. Then we have a high-level summary summarizing what was the goal of the course and what approach did we take. Again, the approach can change, but the core principles remain the same. Followed by achievement, what did we accomplish? This can include what features were built. It can also include what was the outcome with the customer success. Then includes next steps, what do we want to do next, how we want to do in terms of the features we want to build for the product. In addition to that, what other marketing, etc. we want to do. At the end, you can see it has some current challenges, just to highlight what problems are being faced. Maybe problems is not the right word, but basically how they can get to the next level. What issues they need to overcome to get to the next level. Again, this is a great way to showcase what you have done in terms of an exercise. And as you have seen, it was quick. But, you can elaborate, you can add more details. And in a real life scenario, it can change based on the product.